everybody. Today's gonna be a little bit different than our normal one, but this is gonna still be fun. We're gonna talk about maybe how to spend a lot of money in a way that doesn't actually mean you have to spend a lot of money in a way that most people are used to spending a lot of money. We're actually gonna make a lot more money with it. This is super confusing. Today's gonna be super fun. Let's do it! Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like these videos. As usual, welcome to Digital Marketing 5, where we talk about all the things you probably just seen on the internet this week. Today, I want to feature community building and talk about a killer brand that is doing something amazing in a way that I don't think enough people are really appreciating. This brand is called DadGang. Now, if you don't know about DadGang, it's probably because you're not in the DadGang. And I think that means a lot for people. So first, let's talk about what they're doing exceptionally well, which is, and really breaking down their business model. Then we're gonna get down to how this works. And third, we're gonna get into 2 things that you could do to start implementing some of this strategy for your own brand, especially when it comes to Black Friday, because, well, the single worst thing you could do on Black Friday is come up with a great discount and spend a ton of money on ads. That's literally the worst thing you could do, right? Invest heavily and spending a ton of money when the CPMs are the highest so that you can make the least amount of profit because your discounts to go and buy the worst possible customers. Anybody that suggests you do that has no idea what they're doing, and well, let's do something else. So, a little bit of a history lesson. Now, back in the day, Facebook didn't have communities. Facebook didn't have groups, and it was about connections, but not nearly in the same way. And so, there was a period of time where AMC had this show called Mad Men. Big fan. Now, before Mad Men, or like before it aired, I mean, not like predating Mad Men, but I think it came on at 9, and there was a show that came on at 8 for 2 years called The Pitch. And The Pitch was a show around how ad agencies competed to be the agency of record for a big brand. Well, if you go back to IMDb or dial up your Googleators and see the last episode of the last season, season 2, you'll see an episode on 1-800-Flowers, and you'll see my pretty face. Why? Well, spoiler alert, I was on the show and we won the show. And one of the big things that we did was really focus on community building. Now, at the time, we had to spend $100,000 on Facebook with nothing on television and nothing on search and nothing. It had to be all social, which at the time was crazy. Like, who would spend $100,000 on Facebook to make money? That was the dumbest thing you could do. So what did we do? Well, what we did was we found that 1-800-Flowers had this thing called, it was a smiley face cookie, and it was $5. And if you bought that cookie, you got a QR code to basically pay it forward to somebody else. And we did is we worked with Facebook to develop this little spot where everybody that got one could see everybody else that got one. And it ended up building this little thing that, you know, became like a community or a group. The point of that is, well, first off, that was crazy and wild and changed how Facebook is used forever. But more importantly, what DadGang is doing well is they're telling a story and building a community via their socials. Now, you see a lot of really great brands. Another brand that I'm a big fan of is called Urban Sophistication. They do this really well also. And there's a lot of brands that do this. Not everybody will say what they're doing for communities. They got a Facebook group or a Slack channel or some Discord, and they got a bunch of members. Great. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the identity of being a part of something. So what we did back in the day with 1-800-Flowers was the development of what is now Facebook groups and communities. And what was awesome is that everybody got to see everybody else that had given it forward. The usage and the intent behind that community was for everybody to know who was in, everybody to see how they were connected. Facebook communities and Slack groups and Discords have now been a lot more about broadcast channels or access, but it's a lot less about being part of the in crowd, which really brings to the table what DadGang is doing so well. Now, DadGang is letting folks know that are dads or to-be dads, it's an opportunity for them to own that and to identify that in an extraordinarily primal way. And the business model is based on drops, right? Like there's a new hat, a new design, which is incredible. And some people are building up huge collections. To be fair, Obvi has customers doing huge collections. And if you look back, 310 Nutrition had people with entire kitchens dedicated to the product. You're also getting this with La Creuset, you're getting this with Hexclad, you're getting this with Beanie Babies, like people collect. Where this becomes something that you can weaponize for yourself, because that's how the business works. Two things you can do leading up to Black Friday, so that when Black Friday comes, you can offer more value and a greater relationship with your customer, instead of offering people that don't give a damn about you an opportunity to spend a lot less, so that you can spend way more money to get the worst type of customer. Instead, you can start to focus on what do your customers like about you. You can begin to listen to what they have to say. And I spoke about this at the SendLane Commerce Roundtable on stage with Ash and with Digio. And what was really important was that if you understand what your customers want and you provide them the opportunity to get it, and for it to be unique and special, they'll clamor to do it. At 310 Nutrition, we dropped out custom shaker cups. At DadGang, they're offering different versions of the hat. Now, I got this one very specifically because it's got a little black and gold on it. Clearly black and gold. Yeah. Steeler Nation, the point here is these are things that you can begin to look into your brand. Why do your customers care? What are they actually trying to buy from you? What needs do they have? Why are you special? What is the moat that you and your brand have around the rest of the business? A lot of folks think of their brand as basically a product that they're trying to sell to more people. And the honest truth is that's a product, it's not a brand. If you can begin to create an identity, play identity politics basically with your business, then the way that people respond to you emotionally is very different. Because here's the thing, I got a DadGang hat. When I see somebody else with a DadGang hat, we both know, right? We're both on the thing. And DadGang brilliantly put that on the side of the hat. Look at that. Like that is calling it out. If you know, you know. And that's the thing, is it's a masterclass in inclusion by exclusion, by not trying to be everything to everyone, but instead focusing on understanding exactly what your customer wants and trying to make that a priority. So how does this apply for your Black Friday? What do your customers want from you? How can you make bundles that appeal to what the average customer behavior is and offer them that? More importantly, instead of just offering them what they like, why not make it a bundle? It could be, this is the mom's bundle. This is the, single dad's bundle. This is the college kid bundle. Like you can name them around what people do. You see this done a lot with celebrity collabs, which is wild because now I'm seeing them in fast food joints like McDonald's. That's incredible. And the second thing you can do on Black Friday is leverage this to your entire audience before the holiday hit. Get your money in before Black Friday happens and encourage everyone that buys from you, incentivize them to post to social. If the number one thing you can do before Black Friday is get a ton of customers at break even, and they make a ton of social proof, you can just go in and download all those Instagram Reels. You can go up and pick up all those TikToks. You can use all the automation that we've talked about in all of these ChatGPT videos with Access Link and Ask Your PDF and even VoxScript, and begin to have copy and landing pages. Creative. How amazing would it be for you if you used Black Friday to triple your customer acquisition at break even, and it meant that all of Q4 and especially Q1, you had all of your customers talking about how personal the brand was to them to land all of your other customers. That's infinitely better than running a discount to buy the worst quality customer that destroys your future cash flow and paying extra for the privilege of destroying your company, which is probably your current plan. So with that being said, that's a weird way to end it. And that's our show today. So go down here and check it out again, down on the bottom. Like, subscribe, do all of the things. Check out charleybot.ai. And special announcement, we're gonna be doing one campaign blueprint webinar, October the 18th. And if you look down below, you're gonna see a link. First link in the description to sign up. It's free. I did it last week. Hundreds of people showed up. literally thousands of replies in the chat and afterwards, during the event and in the several days following the event. This one's gonna be bigger, and I'm not gonna do it again. So sign up now or forever hold your peace. And with that being said, I'll see you on the internet. Bye.